Last time on Devox plays Higurashi When They Cry. Just that. Both Rena and Mian said they didn't know. It had happened without a doubt. As long as Tomotaki-san wasn't lying. Honestly, he could have just been fucking with you, man. And now, to continue our peaceful life in the village of Hinamizawa. Ladies, gentlemen, creatures of all origins, my name is Devox Runeheart. Welcome back to Devox Plays Higurashi When They Cry, Chapter 1. Last time, we freed Colonel Sanders from his garbage jail and did a bunch of schoolyard shenanigans with the ladies. And also experienced a pretty big tonal shift with the, oh, let's just look in the trash pile, report on dismembered bodies, the kind of thing. Yeah. Seems like we're getting close to whatever's gonna happen. Let's get right into it. Go tiny mode. Damn it! One day I will remember that I'd have different... I need to set different hotkeys for this setup. Yeah. We were at the end of Chapter 4. You know, I would appreciate if developers, like, when you have a scenario like this, when all three of these options are here, have these two, like, slightly further to the left, so they're just a bigger divide. Yeah. And then we also saw the two new tips. I thought there was another one. We also learned that Rena's name is like Reina or something. It's just she prefers it if we say it differently. Yeah. One day I will remember to do things properly. Okay. Haha, how is it, Kei-chan?
Oh, you went to Renaissance House? Wasn't it amazing?
It's nothing like that, right? Right? Unlike my house, the Ryugu residence wasn't newly constructed. It had been renovated from a pre-existing building. Well, the house itself was fine. The problem was the yard. It was crammed with rows upon rows of oddities. They were all the same as Colonel Sanders, stuff you'd see while wandering around town. The Cape Shots mascot, Little Licky. The Podolman in front of the pharmacy. Even had the amazing flying elephant from the top of the department store. I'll agree with you that those are cute, but why the mailbox? Won't you get in trouble for that one? But, so cute. She must have just thought about it because her face filled with delight. So it's the bigger the better, just as long as it's big.
Her room displays the smaller ones. I had a chance to see them before.
And cute kids like Rika-chan are locked in the basement? Yep, I'll keep anything. Oh, cute. But she takes anything she likes back to her nest. No ill will intended. Hey, Rena. You know about the Statue of Liberty in New York, right? That cute? Cute. On it. The US should probably come up with some countermeasures ASAP. If not, the Statue of Liberty really well will take a trip to the Hinamizawa in the not-so-distant future. Apologies for keeping you waiting. Rika-chan had returned. No fun being called to the staff room. Did you do something?
How rude. Rika isn't a hoodlum like Keiichi-chan.
Nothing like that, Keiichi-kun. Rika-chan is a member of the festival committee. Festival? A little cultural festival or something? Kei-chan, I told you. Or I already told you. It's the village festival. The what's a Nagashi? Oh, come to think of it, she did say there'd be a festival at the shrine during the next break. What's the Watanagashi thing about? Is it like a floating lantern festival? I guess the last part where you set things adrift is really similar. Or in a river is similar. Except we use cotton things, like old worn-out futons and padded cloaks. It's a festival expressing thanks for all their years of service. That would be a nightmare to clean up after the fact. The people living in Hinamizawa dump their futons and padded cloaks in the stream. Sounds like it'd be a lot of trouble if it backed up the current, yeah. Maybe they should just drop some fish in and have a fish wrangling competition? Skewer them and sprinkle a little salt. Oh man, I can smell it already.
That's just summer camp. I never anticipated how destitute Keiichi-san's imaginative capabilities would actually be.
What? How could you tell I was thinking something silly? Written all over your face. What sort of faces could I have expressed what I'd imagined just now? Rema demonstrated for me. I see. No arguments there. It's nothing fun like that, you see. But you should still look forward to it. We'll go together. I'll come get you that day. I don't really feel like going to a festival unless someone asks me to. I wouldn't get bored if these guys were going. You won't get bored. We're doing it again this year. Mia's proclamation came as she looked at each member in turn. What was that all about? The way Mion looked, it was probably our club's summer tradition, the Watadagashi Fort Demon Firefight. That sounds awful. What kind of name is that? I think it's a cute name, though. I tried to object sharply, but since Rita looked happy about it, I decided it was pointless to fight it. Since Keiichi's here this year, it becomes 5 demons. Riki-chan made a small correction in light of my presence. So, how does this funky-sounding club activity tie into the festival?
Oh, this is where you exhibit your skills you've nurtured through your daily club activities.
Exactly. We show the full extent of our abilities that the best of the best have obtained through the daily trials and tribulations. Last year the mayor got angry. So we need to make sure not to cause any problems this time. But basically, we're doing club activities while checking out the stalls. Riki-chan is the only one who explains things so they make sense. I see, so we'll be exhibiting on those busy festival grounds. Rena was right. Of course that would be a reason for the mayor to get angry. Lots of fun. That was the only point I did not doubt. It would be, without question, fun. The day of the festival is drawing near. Well, putting that aside for now, let's start our club activities, okay? Any objections? Nay! Our voices rang out in unison. I can't do multiple voices at once, sorry. When there's lots of people, card games really are the easiest to play. This really is the most basic of table games. Playing with the marked deck again. We'll use a new one today. There are no marks on the cards, so we're on equal footing.
I wonder if it really is the case. I'll have to inspect them.
Well, that was fair. Just to be safe, everyone check the cards. Yes, you seem to be fine. Are you all satisfied? Then today, I guess, we'll play President. That's good for 5 people. Another standard card game, one I actually don't know. First one to get rid of all their cards wins. Basic rules, play a better card than the one before. You can play straights and pairs. There are various techniques that improve the game, like reversals. But because it's such a well-known game, there are a lot of house rules for it as well. The name, for example. In my hometown, we call it Millionaire. I'd like to go over some details. Are the jokers wild? Can you make a reversal with 3 threes? No jokers. 2 is the highest. You can reverse a reversal. You can only make a reversal with 4 of a kind, not 3. So you know how the president sends a good card to the or the peasant sends a good card to the president? None of that. I was confirming the familiar rules. Sadako looked over at me cautiously. I probably should have tried to look more of an amateur. I was pretty used to this game. It's presidents, and it's a new deck. Today, I might be able to win. I had the gist of the rules now, but that wasn't everything, was it? So what shall today's penalty be? About that, why don't we write something down on the slips of paper and have the loser draw one? Oh, Seems like it could be interesting.
Oh, I'll write a nasty one and have Keiichi's under it.
It would be awful if you wrote a bad one and drew it yourself. Just don't lose.
Don't you know best? Oh.
Mion handed out several slips of paper to everyone. Then write down whatever and put it in this bag. When you lose, stick your hand inside and pick one out. Now then, what would give you a good penalty? Worst case scenario, you draw what you wrote. Probably too intense would be like digging your own grave. No penalty. Let's forbid that kind of idea being written down. Rikichan's casual suggestion caused Mion's hand to lurch to a sudden halt.
That's so sneaky, Mion-san. She wrote no penalty and the corner of the slip is folded.
I see. Just in case you lost, you grabbed the note with the folded corner, you'd be safe. That was a good idea. Diabolical as ever, Mion. Rikichan is quite formidable too, being able to see through that. Couldn't understand her, even though she doesn't stand out. Or I couldn't underestimate her. Everyone, don't write down penalties that are too mean, okay? Nobody agreed to Rena's proposal. Everyone was ruthless. It's fine, Rena. Just don't lose. Oh, that's true. Okay, I'll try hard so everyone has to pick the penalty I write. Rena was quite brutal, even though she usually appeared meek. Better not underestimate her either.
I agree with that. I'm very curious what Rena's penalty is in particular.
These penalties are scary. I still don't know what Rikichan's penalties would be like. Basically, you can't afford to lose this game. Everyone here ready? We all nodded determinedly. Having confirmed that, Mion dealt out the cards. Finally, the battle begins. I had a decent starting hand. Card after card was played in the middle. Not needing Mion to tell them, both Rikichan and Sadako played their cards without hesitation. Rena and I were the only ones who paused to think. It means that Rena genuinely couldn't make up her mind, but I was different. I was like a shark stalking its prey, just waiting for the right time to strike. Huh? Will this work? Then I'll play this 3 and I'm out. Oh.
9. Nobody? 8. 7. I'm out.
5 and 5. I'm out. And I'll discard this last one, and I'm out. Ah! I missed my chance! The loser of the first round was, of all people, Mion. And now I was certain. Today I could win. You think that? There's such thing as throwing a game to make people more confident. Now then. Pull out one of the slips, okay? Mion, accepting her defeat, scrounged the inside of the bag and pulled out a piece of paper. What? Who did this? Who wrote this? Mion quivered and shrieked. What is it? What is it? Oh. Rena was also surprised when she peeked at it. What kind of terrible thing was written on it? Hit the principal on the head. Oh no. Hey, wait. How's this bad?
Ichi-san, do you not understand? The principal is balding and ashamed of it.
Sadako yelled with a serious look on her face. But she wasn't as loud as Mion's shriek. What could it be? The principal is a martial arts master.
He boasts about traveling the world, perfecting his skills when he was younger.
Switched to teaching after years of seeing the poor state of education in Japan after the war. He was inhuman. At that guy's head? As the club's president, there's no way I can set a bad example by refusing. Ugh. Oh yeah! He bellowed out a yell and dashed off down the hallway. Wouldn't it have been easier to sneak out quietly and try to do it without making a fuss? Probably impossible. They say he used to hunt sea slugs just by sensing their presence. I could do nothing but wait with bated breath. You're window breaking. I was joking. Kerpow! Rumble shook the classroom. That's the principal's aerial opener. Sound effects. Allowing me to launch with a jab, jab, strong, fierce combo. He's even using meter. How it sounded, the principal's jumping fierce sounded like a multi-hit combo. I don't know. I don't want to know. Nothing we could do now except stay calm. I understand why there were no delinquents at this school. After a few minutes of silence, Mion slumped back to us. Headed. Is that good enough? Mion said before collapsing.
He's alive at least. Now we can continue the game.
Monster! I was amazed the person who made the club activities like this could say that. But now, the worst penalty is gone now, right? Right? Rena tried to lighten the mood and was only met with Mion's malicious grin. He was serious now. I'm not holding back anymore. You'll all get yours. The pace of the game became bizarrely quick, until the game had gotten more intense. Ace. Ace! 3, 4, 5. I'm out. Might as well. Heh, I'm out too.
3. I'm out. I am now out.
Eh, I lost. And the heavens chose to vanquish Rena. What kind of penalty, I wonder? What kind of penalty, I wonder? It wasn't exactly hard for her to be worried. Just thinking about the level of difficulty on Mion's first penalty just still made me quiver. And so the penalty she drew with trembling fingers was... Heck was this? Speak like a maid. Huh? What is this? This one. What do we need to do?
So basically it means you have to use the same expressions as a maid.
Oh, okay. There. It hit me like a ton of bricks. I had no idea who wrote that penalty, but she was awesome. Then, Rena, can you shuffle the cards and deal? Yes, Master. I could just die right now. Anyway, let's continue. Right, Rena? Yes, Master. The eagerness to which I was goading Rena into addressing me as Master was downright impressive, if I do say so myself. Oh yeah! I won't lose anymore. I'm out.
I shan't lose either.
I'm out. And with that, I'm out too. Rena again? I can't believe it. Is it Rena's loss again? Rena again, what kind of penalty would it be this time? I was delighted by the mysterious sense of anticipation. Anticipation? No, this was conviction. Remove one piece of clothing from the top and bottom halves of your body. That's just indecent. Who could have written this? My face reddened in anger. If I didn't yell something out, I wouldn't be able to hide my shaking. Ah, who did write that? God, please give that man a Nobel Prize.
That would be an Ig Nobel Prize.
Not good, not good. What was I thinking about what was written on my face? God? Rena begged Neon with teary eyes, but everyone knew Neon's answer already. Nope, nope, we won't go easy on you. You lost, so take it like a man. Understood, Master. I'll undress. Do I need to censor more shit? I don't want to. What? I looked around thinking someone else would probably stop her, of course. I wasn't exactly trying to stop her either. And I hear the rustling of clothing, the sound of her... No. I can and will just put a giant bar over the entire side of the screen. Don't fucking test me. Then I heard the rustling of clothing, the sound of her skirt hitting the ground, and set my heart racing. You could just take like a shoe off and like that long tie thing. Is this fine, Master? I looked away like a gentleman. With these club activities, you need to be ruthless after all. Okay, she's wearing a... No, I do have to censor this, son of a bitch!
Ichi-san, whatever were you expecting? Certainly you would not have her strip if she weren't wearing her PE clothes underneath.
Let her go poke fun at me, but right now I can't hear it. Not bad, Kei-chan. This old man never even thought you would go after her like that. You've got it wrong. I didn't write that one. Master didn't write this one? Her squirming around in her PE clothes made it impossible for not to feel anything. Calm down, Keiichi Maibara. Mion probably wrote that one and planned to go after me as I panicked. You can't fall for her trap knowing it's a trap. Clear your head. Calm down and address the situation. I was determined to think of a way out of this. And the answer was quite simple. I win. Actually. Hold on. Okay. And then I became a god. Okay. I, who had already entered the domain of godhood, would dare stand... What? I, who had already dared into my domain godhood, what would dare stand in my way? It was like they were pulled to me magically. I was picking up aces and twos like nobody's business. Eh? How come my luck of the draw be so bad? Sadako lost, right? I'll draw the penalty. Speak like a little sister. Fine, Oni-chan. Ah! Yes. The pleasure of making this brat disgrace herself. Ugh. So man loses again. Mion's lost, right? I'll draw it out. Wear a girl's school swimsuit. No, wait. No, that's the one I wanted Kei-chan to get. Yes! Mion's despair was like sweet honey. Master, I lost again. Rena lost? I'll draw it for you. Let the person in first place rest their head on your lap. Oh, in this outfit, Master? Yeah. She's not wearing a skirt, so it's her bare legs. Eh. Oni-chan, you're too good. Eh. Sadako lost again? I'll draw it. Obey the person in first place. How about you give me a shoulder massage? Fine, Oni-chan. Come on, do it a bit harder. Don't use your nails. I transformed into evil dictator and couldn't be doing any better. I felt like I could control how the cards played out with my mind, and even decided what suits would appear just by wielding it. By the time I realized it, I had already assembled a harem. I was laughing cloudily as I rested my head on Rena, who was now a boomer-clad maid. Sadako was wearing a collar and had taken on little sister properties. Mion was fanning me while wearing a school swimsuit. Oh, today is Master's overwhelming victory, isn't it? Please refrain from moving your head around so much. I began to think, why does man have no end to his desires? How could I wish for more than this place of dreams? What is it, Keiichi? I'm saddened by the thought of a man having no end to his desires. That was it. Riki-chan hadn't been in first, but she continued to escape being in last. Keiichi is quite greedy. He said he should know when enough is enough. I know that very well, but had to say it. I feel like I wouldn't mind if I died now. Master, please refrain from moving your head around. You say you wouldn't mind dying? That can be arranged. Riki-chan said in her usual calm manner with a cheery tone. This is undoubtedly a declaration of war. I will do it. Don't test me. Go, Riki-chan, take him out. Defeat this archdevil of perversion. Oh god, she actually has a collar. I might not be able to win, but I'll beat him. Such stoicism from this little girl who's always hidden away in Sadako's shadow. It would probably be rude not to meet her head on. I shall face you myself, little one. I saw Mion swap a few cards with Riki-chan in the middle of the game. I pretended that I didn't see it. Do you believe you can defeat Keiichi-sama with just that? 2, ace, 8888, reversal. Everyone looked over at me. I was still burning with confidence. Mwahaha! 4 of them have allied against me, that's it? You're making me laugh. That was good. Reversal. What? How could such a thing be? Sadako let out a shriek. Mwahaha, you simpletons. Using all of her cards before calling the reversal left Riki-chan with no good cards. He was defeated soon after. I lost. Finally, you fall into my clutches. Now pick one out. Wear cat ears, a bell collar, and a tail. Even the penalties are as I wished. Damn. He's about to get humbled. Rika-chan hung her head and equipped the 3 holy artifacts. Questionable as to why you would wear why such things were in Mion's locker, but since I had no objections, I didn't ask. Oh, this was so... Oh, felt like I had become Rena. This was definitely cute. Ew, isn't it? Isn't it? Oh, I want to take her home. This wasn't me talking, this was the actual Rena. Ew. As Rika-chan mimicked a cat, teary-eyed rings of smoke escaped from Rena's ears with an audible poof. Rika-chan must take home. Taking her home. Just for a while. I won't do anything strange. Nothing strange. I see. I still have one more trick left. Young gasped and dropped her fist into her open palm. If Rena must, you can take me home. After Rena-san beats Keiichi, she can. They thought that Rena in cute mode would be able to defeat me. Would it be that easy? Opposing with the same as opposing God. I teach them their place. How preposterous! That Rena can't defeat me. Eh? For a moment, I don't know what was going on. The 52 cards danced and flowed freely between Rena's hands like the machinations of a master magician. In the middle of those flowing cards was Rena, a static expression, her head bobbing around. Shall we, Keiichi-kun? Hurry, hurry. My whole body knew it already. I was going to lose. Deserved. No play. Nothing to play. No play? Nothing to play, Keiichi-chan? Then with this, I'm out. Everyone cheered. I was spent. Phew, I've got no regrets. God, thank you for letting me dream a little.
Now then, I'll take one out. Keiichi-san's penalty. This is it.
Everyone peeked at it in unison, gazes flickering between the text and my face. All day it is as I pleased. I'll do whatever it is. What's on there? Oh no. That's sadistic.
Oh.
Huh?
Every penalty up until now.
What the heck?
Keiichi-san, should you not be speaking like a little brother?
Yes, Oni-chan. Oh, this is quite addicting. I'll have you rub my shoulder.
Oh, this is quite addicting. Next, I'll have you rub my shoulders.
Keiichi-kun, I don't need a lap pillow, so do that other one, okay? Yes, master. Oh, Keiichi-kun, so cute. Say it again, say it again. Please spare me, master. Rena passed out with a squeal, blood spewing from her nose like a fountain. My dignity was being trampled more than a communal doormat. Oh no, the swimsuit. Next is from this old man. I'm gonna have you fan me for a good long while, you know? Whoosh whoosh. Oh, I almost forgot. You need to wear this, don't you? The school swimsuit. This is for girls. I can't wear this one for boys.
It was clearly written here, wear a girl's school swimsuit, as you can see.
Satoko was like a loan shark. Actually, me trying to escape reality was as fast as humanly possible was pretty adorable, if I do say so myself. But whose school swimsuit am I gonna wear? If I were wearing one of yours, you wouldn't like it, right? This old man doesn't care about that stuff at all. Think of it as a little benefit. I'm not that in shape, so I think even Keiichi-chan can fit into it. Bullshit. The executioners surrounded me, wrangling their fingers. No! Deserved. My first thought, tight around the waist. Second thought, the chest area was pretty loose. Third thought, the crotch area was... oh. Kiichi-kun is bending forward. Cute. Cute. You'll be ready after you wear... You'll be ready after you wear the cat ears, bell, and tail. Hey, Sean, want to look in the mirror? It's amazing, really. Probably the best if... It's probably best if you look. The stern, scientific, calculating nature mixed in with her fascination made Mion very scary. I would like to respectfully decline, Master. Your ensemble is complete. If only we could send you home dressed like that. Then, is this enough? I'll change and... While I was saying that, Mion placed her hands on my shoulders, and Rika-chan slipped up behind me without a sound. Yeah, Keiichi. Still the first penalty left. In this getup? Oh no. Rika-chan patted my head without saying a word. Oh. Sir, excuse me. Yes, please come in. He stepped forward into the principal's office. My bell collar jangled adorably. The principal froze solid with a smile on his face as he saw me. I couldn't blame him. In the sacred place of study, specifically in his office, though I said excuse me as I entered, the sight of a person entering with a school swimsuit, cat ears, a collar, and a tail, and for it to be a young male student. Without a doubt, any normal person's psyche would have stopped cold. But this could be explained. We'll call it uncanny valley camouflage, if you will. When humans see others, they can only begin to act after confirming this is human. Meaning that if he could not comprehend what was in front of him, then those moments before he could begin to fully process the situation, his mind was completely blank. This was my one and only chance for victory. My penalty. Rubbing the principal's head. Principal, I challenge you. I heard what sounded like a saying 3 times. 3-gauge super? Principal said one thing to me. What does it mean to be a man? And in a heartbeat. Death. The tremor resounded throughout the Hinwazama twilight. Yeah. Deserved. Brennan was given permission to caress Rika-chan's head as much as she wanted, so they headed home together very pleased. Once again today, it was just Mion and I going home. Man, that was intense. I didn't know Kei-chan was so good at President. No, I was more surprised than anyone. If I was playing with guys, I wouldn't have been that strong. But still, it was pretty bad. Being carried off on a stretcher in that outfit will probably haunt me. Oh. But still, it was pretty bad. Being carried off on a stretcher in that outfit will probably haunt me until the day I die. That's fine, isn't it? You're able to do something to boast about for the ages, too. When she says it like that, we both smiled at each other. Oh. No, what? Oh, we meet again, Keiichi-kun. Tomitake-san, whose voice I can never remember. It felt like I'd been running into it quite often. Hey, take any good pictures? Well, a few. So, Tomitake-san suddenly leaned and whispered into my ear. You sure get around. Today you already have a different girl? It's not like that. No need to hide it. It's important to get lots of experience when you're young. His Tomitake-san let out such a cruel laugh, I knew what we were talking about without even hearing his whisper. I've heard through the grapevine that Mr. Tomitake is quite the catch himself, Huh? No, that wasn't my intention. Sure. Keep up the good work and take plenty of pictures. See ya. Mion seemed to really want to get rid of this lout quickly. From the way she spoke, it seemed as if Mion knew Tomitake-san quite well. How's the year been treating you, mister? Staying until Watsunagashi? Yep, I plan to. After photographing the festival, I plan on heading back to Tokyo. Fuck, I'm almost slipping into Sadako. Being a photographer sure is easy. Be sure to win some big award and become famous. You'll spend all your best years in photography after all. I don't think I'll go that far. They say that men start developing their own unique flavor in their 30s. Doesn't matter what you taste like, that's so gross. Oh, look at the time. I need to get back to the inn before it gets dark. Kawatake-san began to take his leave with a dry laugh. He did look like he was outmatched by Mion. Now then, I'll see you both at the festival. After waving a hand cheerfully, Tomotaki-san disappeared amidst the cry of the Higurashi. The way he's going, he probably won't ever get famous. I had him promise he'd display a picture of me if he ever opened up a gallery, but I don't think that'll happen. So you know Tomotaki-san. Yeah, he's an acquaintance of sorts, but you know how easy it is to tell who's an outsider. Not like you meet him all the time. Tomotaki-san comes around Himuzawa regularly, maybe 2-3 times a year. He says he's taking pictures of the seasonal scenery and the wild birds, but, well, those photos are really nothing to phone home about. The image Mion painted of Tomotaki-san was fairly unique. Tomotaki-san I knew was more mysterious. Words flowed naturally from my mouth. I wonder if he's really here to take pictures of birds. He stared blankly as if to ask, why do you say that? Just he's here for something other than taking pictures, I think. Don't you get that feeling? Like, about that incident, the dismemberment. Oh, you too? If so, you've got good instincts, Kei-chan. She agreed with what I thought, but was quite tripper about how she said it. You knew about it then, Mion? Of course. Might be able to pull one over on everyone else, but you can't fool this old man. Mion was posturing pretentiously, but I had easily come to a very different conclusion of what she was imagining. I felt like all the apprehension about the Tomotaki-san disappear, lifting a burden off my shoulders. Yeah, didn't she initially say she knew nothing about it? And now she's like, oh, you actually do know what you're talking about? Oh, well. I was finally able to appreciate how clear the evening sky over Hinumizawa was. I exhaled everything in my lungs and inhaled just as much. It smelled like dusk. What is it, Kei-chan? It's just that I never thought the cries of the Higurashi could feel this good. What's going on to you all of a sudden, Kei-chan? We both continued to giggle, not knowing why. I wonder what Rena's doing. But she's getting her fill of Rika-chan by now. She's probably in the middle of asking her over so she can treat her to dinner. It'd be great if she's able to take her home. I wonder. Rika-chan is pretty good at that stuff. Yeah, I feel the same. That head petting penalty was probably from Rika-chan. I thought so too. The only one who could get away with patting his head is Rika-chan after all. Just pointless chit-chat. The hot day felt like it was being cooled down by the cries of the Higurashi. Got dread? Yeah. Hip time? Community notice. Got an achievement of fate worse than death. Have your luck run out. Oh! I got an achievement. That means we have surpassed what I did last time. Yay! So, from here, my vague recollection of this game completely cuts out. So I know absolutely nothing about what happens next now. You new tips. Yeah, I don't have to change my voice for this one. We're greeting the end of the rainy season sooner than prior years. On this day, when it feels like summer will soon arrive, I'm pleased that everyone is in good health. The season for the Watanagashi is finally upon us. I believe the assistance of the town council will make this a wonderful festival. I also wish to ask for the assistance of everyone in regards to a few things. 1. Collecting bazaar goods. We look forward to a well-received Himuzawa Grand Bazaar exhibition, holding a massive collection of excess goods and used clothing. Over on goods, please. Management, Mikino, telephone, that. Recruiting Little Festival Drum Dancers. The renowned Little Festival Drum Dancers group, known for its careful choreography, the Shiofu Society, taking last-minute participants. We're looking for any showboat elementary and middle schoolers. Management Kimi Yoshi, telephone that. 3. Taking donations. We're accepting donations for multiples of 1,000 yen. For every 1,000 yen you donate, you'll be awarded with a refreshment stand ticket. Management Sodazaki, telephone that. We are always taking suggestions for ways to improve the festival at all times. If you have any interesting ideas, call Kimiyoshi at. There's a 200 yen refreshment stand ticket attached below to the cut line. Oh, that's actually nice. That's actually a nice way to make sure people actually pay attention. It's like if you reach to the end, you can find a free drink. Nice. Yeah, let's save. And let's keep going. A few days had passed since the incident. I'm assuming the incident is being suplexed through a wall by the principal. During that time, either Mion was busy or Riki-chan had to help with the festival preparations, so we couldn't get everyone together for club activities. Even though I thought I would never want to participate again after the years it shaved off my life each time, not having it only made my heart grow fonder. I really am not honest with myself. Today we finally had our club activities again. Or the same old club activities. It was called the Watanagashi 5 Demon Firefight. It was one of the biggest events in the club. Keiichi, does this yukata still fit you? Can you try it on for a second? You guys wear yukatas? I thought that was like a lady thing. I don't know much about Japanese society for festival customs, if you couldn't tell. Mom pulled out an old dusty yukata. I don't need a yukata. Those are embarrassing, so I'll just go with my normal clothes. But this is a festival, wear it, okay? And the others said regular old clothes are just fine. If I was the only one wearing a yukata, I'd be even more embarrassing. I put on the same old vest as usual. I'll be going with Rena and the others. You don't need to worry about me. Is that so? I'll be going with Dad when he wakes up. Dad let out a loud snore from the sofa. From how it looks, he must have pulled an all-nighter last night. He just finished sending it in his manuscript. So he might not wake up for a while. Because my dad writes for art magazines sometimes too. Never read it though. Wonder if my dad is a really famous artist. His own son is saying something like that. I can't imagine he's selling all that well. He's able to feed his family of 3, and my life isn't exactly full of hardships. It could be that he's some sort of master painter, and I didn't know about it. That. Keiichi-kun, are you home? Uh-oh, it was already time. I didn't want them coming here, so I was planning on leaving early and waiting outside. Oh, it was Rena. Oh my, it's Rena-chan. Thank you for always looking after Keiichi. Man, he's also been looking out for... Why are you blushing just from meeting my mom? Don't get all flustered. It really doesn't feel right. Let's go, Rena. Rena would continue to space out if I left her here. I grabbed her hand and dragged her out. Rena-chan, look after Keiichi for me. Oh, yes, ma'am. Even if it means I must sacrifice myself. Why don't you do it right now? She waved back even as I was dragging her away. Okay, Kei-chan. You hungry today? We'll take care of that at these stalls. You thought I'd let myself get full knowing the club activities would involve the stalls? Wouldn't have it any other way. Where are Rika-chan and Sadako? They already at the temple? Yep. Rika-chan's on the festival committee is a festival committee member after all. Sadako is probably with her as well. I see. Alright. Let's make some noise today. Yeah. We were already in high spirits with just the 3 of us there. People! It was more lively at the Furide Wow, I said that right on the first time. The Furide Shrine than the last time I came, far exceeding my expectations. Throngs of people were crammed between rows of market stalls lined with colorful paper lanterns. Despite that, it was actually quite enjoyable. There sure are lots of people here. I can't believe they all live in Hinamizawa. They probably don't. Everyone attends to Watagashi. I think about half the village is here. Oh wow. It's not just that. Municipal and youth councils from neighboring towns and villages advertise the event as well. Okay, so it is one of the town. That's right. Oh yeah, that's right. There aren't that many students at our school. There are a lot of kids here today. It just doesn't feel like a festival unless there are kids running around after all. That's true. I agree. Ah, hello and good evening. These two knew everyone we came across. Of course, I greeted them as well, but I still wasn't familiar with everyone yet. Oh, Renacha. Oh, Renacha, thank you for the food you brought me a while back. My son loved it. He said it was delicious. It was nothing at all. Glad he liked it. Say hello to Kazuma-kun for me, please. Hey, if it isn't Sonozaki Ojo-chan. I'm in charge of stand again this year, so make sure you come visit. Pops, if you got fatter, you'll end up having a heart attack with a gut like that. Oh, this kid here is new. Are you one of our underclassmen? He's one of my members, and upcoming hopeful. If you cross him, he could crush your stand in one night. You've got little Missy's seal of approval, I see. I hope you take it easy on me. As you could imagine, Mion was chatting away with the old guys running the stalls. Michan is really energetic after all. He's really popular with the older men. I think Rena is pretty popular too, being cute and all. That was, of course, so long as her little condition didn't flare up. But as long as she's blushing quietly, she's pretty cute. Huh? I'm popular with some people? Really? Really? With some people. I evaded giving her a straight answer by roughly tousling her hair. The stallkeepers came all the way from town. Not really a festival without them, you know, after all. So we're gonna mess with them now? I don't care what kind of match it is. I'm gonna win. Yes. I'll try too.
Hey, you're all very late. It's unacceptable to keep a lady waiting, Keiichi-san.
Oh, my bad. So where is this lady I've kept waiting?
What did you just say?
Alright, Sadako is in top form as well. Seemed like she was excited about being able to get everyone in the club together for the first time in a while. Well, Rika-chan, cute? Rena let out a delighted sigh. It seemed as though the real lady made her parents broke. Oh, hey. Good evening, everyone. Good evening to Keiichi as well. Whoa, looking good. You're looking sharp again this year. Gonna take you home. Rika-chan was wearing a Shrine Maiden outfit. Yep, Rena's little outburst was completely understandable. Rika-chan's clothes sure look like the real deal. Is that a real Shrine Maiden outfit? My grandmother made them by hand. They're quite authentic. Rika-chan has an important task to do at the end of the festival, so she's wearing this. I see. Rika-chan was on the executive committee because she performed all the Shrine Maiden rituals for the festival. My work is only during the finale of the festival. I can play for a while.
But we cannot afford to waste any time. Let us begin.
Hoya! Felt really good to wander around the festival with just the 5 of us. Ian called everyone over to a stand that caught our attention and proposed to a rather odd competition. Takoyaki eating race. Everyone has to buy their own. Ready? Go. The standard and vendor stalls, the takoyaki stand. What was especially standard for these kind of events was the fact that they were simply balls of dough, takoyaki in name only. It burns! Are you okay, Keiichi-kun? Have some water.
My, eating those scalding Takoyaki hole is suicide.
I guess the trick is to buy the ready-made ones that have been here for a while. They really don't taste good. I'm actually interested. I'm gonna have takoyaki one day. I wanna know what octopus tastes like. The stall next to it was shaved ice stand. They spit too early in the season for that, but right then it didn't matter. Let's do shaved ice this time. It's a shaved ice eating race. Ready? Go! Pain! Shaved ice eating race. I can't.
As long as you can melt it with a bit of your body heat, then it's so cold.
Not smart. This old man ordered it with plenty of syrup. It'll melt quickly when it's mixed up. Those stooges were too late. The moment they chose to tackle it head-on was their downfall. Phew. Finished. Hey-chan is done? That was too fast! It couldn't be. Hey-chan, you didn't add the water from the goldfish tank behind you, did you? That can't taste very good. Ew. Next to that was another old favorite. Cotton candy stand.
Why don't you do this one next? Of course, it's a speed eating contest.
Hey, how do you eat cotton candy quickly? Well, I do know if you just put it in water, it dissolves and just sugar. Ow. On Sadako's mark, Mia and Sadako and I all compressed the cotton candy with our bare hands. The time it took to stick the whole thing in our mouths, 3 seconds. I expected Sadako to figure it out, but I didn't think Kei-chan would too. Can't have you treating me like I'm a newbie forever, can I? It won't taste very good. Rika-chan had also crushed it between her hands and stuck it in her mouth. This is probably the only place in Japan where people eat cotton candy like this. I think only Rena's cotton candy was happy with how it was eaten. But I felt like we'd end up doing stuff like eat noodles through the nose contest or human water pump at the goldfish scoop at the rate things were going. This little man will probably still wins too.
I am simply no match for Beyond-san when it comes to eating repulsive things.
Yeah, seriously. What's up with you guys? Are you telling me you don't want to have a blue Hawaii-topped yakisoba eating contest? Big shake. Both Sadako and I shook our heads in unison. Can we have a game that doesn't involve food this time? Can we? Rena's proposal was a godsend. It was about time we played a different kind of game. It also seemed like neither Rena nor Rika-chan were any good at speed eating or gorging themselves. Okay, Rena, I'll let you pick out the next game. Anything is fine. Well then, I'm going to be the judge. Finding cute things on the festival grounds. You have 1 minute.
Fine by me. I know exactly what Rena likes.
Alright. I think I can win with that. Ready? Go. Come back with another Colonel Sanders. Oh? Why aren't Keiichi-kun and Rika-chan starting? Why not? Mion and Sadako dashed off madly, but Rika-chan had calmly stayed right where she was. Could it be? You've already found it? The cute thing? You've already found it. Keiichi too? Yeah. What is it? What is it? I can't wait. Both Rika-chan and I stood motionless for a few moments before Mion and Sadako returned. This is probably the first time we've gone head-to-head like this. It will be the first. Rika-chan... Oh, Rika-chan, you expect to win with that, huh? I am a member of this club as well. And by any means is our society's third rule. Rika-chan sneered to the best of her ability. You're on. Both Mion and Sadako came back, each with their own plan of attack stuffed in their arms. Okay then, let's go in order. Let's start with the club president, Mi-chan. Too bad, you guys. I'm betting this now. This old man brought this. Where'd she get those? They were old tin diamond-shaped signs. Lab curry, snake coil incense, and oronamen. See? How about see? How about this? That's very understand. A little too understated. A little too understated, Mion. I used to see those things stuck up in barbed wire fences. They were more nostalgic than cute. Can you explain what part of this is cute? Those were puffs of smoke visibly shooting out of Rena's ears and nose, almost like a steam train. I don't get it.
I shall be up next. It is this.
It was a hand-drawn poster from the Lady Society roasted corn stall. A really bad sketch done by a housewife. An anthropomorphic roasted corn drawn without any sort of real plan. Her existence invited a sense of sorrow to the viewer.
Blip.
That was a sound of blood jetting out of Rena's nose. It seemed to have been rated higher than Mion's. I really don't get it. Feels like your artistic sense is a little avant-garde about 5 eons.
Oh, those were nothing but mass-produced signs after all. They had no chance to get something hand-drawn.
I couldn't even begin to follow the way those guys were thinking. Then I will be next. Next is Rika-chan, is it? What can you even do without anything? Did you and Sadako both forget? If Rika-chan felt like it, she could simply... After moving back about 10 yards, she began waddling up to Rena. Seeing that, both me and Sadako gasped. Is she doing baby mode? Oh no! Too late. Rika-chan tripped over nothing and lay motionless after falling down. Rena hurried over to her. Rika-chan, are you alright? Alright? Rika-chan had a lump on her forehead and tears welled up in her eyes. Only her fingers peeked out from her sleeves. This was the vital part. The palms of her hands were covered up by her sleeves. He made a single sound. Mew. Mew. Ah, cute. Gonna take you home. I'd completely forgotten about that. That play that I personally had to use. Rena's face was completely red, her head bobbing back and forth with excitement. She embraced Rika-chan and began rubbing her cheek against her. I expect no less from her. Not a single element was overlooked. Lovely shrine maiden, brink of crying. Mew, it was perfect. Simple trip, descended into pure moe. That's what you call art. Rika-chan has a pretty weird definition of art. Let's pretend that the sharp sting of those words cutting through me like a razor was a figment of my imagination. Rika-chan turned her gaze to me with a daunting smile as she was caressed by Rena, who was in full cute mode. Now, Keiichi, can you beat me? That cold smile was frightening, Rika-chan. Must have been my imagination, but I see a demon inside her sometimes. Keiichi seems to have his own plan of attack. I wonder what he's going to show her.
I also wish to observe the play Keiichi-san will make.
Could it be? Is Keiichi also going to give a performance? I basked in their pointed glares. I pulled Rena, who had no sign of canceling out her cute mode, all the way from Rika-chan. Oh, cute thing. Keiichi-kun, let's go. I'll show you something even cuter, so just hold on for now. Huh? Oh? Something even cuter? But it's a bit too crowded here. Let's go back there. Rena looked a little surprised as I pulled her behind the shrine.
I cannot fathom what Keiichi-san could possibly be planning.
This is Kei-chan after all. No, it couldn't be. Keep on fighting, yeah. After a bit, I returned. A bit after that, so did Rena, dragging her feet. There's no way that scoundrel Kei-chan did something to innocent little Rena? Mina and Sadako passed by me, heading straight to Rena.
What exactly did he do to you?
For a moment, Rena was too dazed to realize someone was talking to her. Gasp. It's me-chan. Oh. Rena, are you alright? Did Kei-chan do anything to you? No, he didn't do anything strange to me. Oh.
This is quite severe. Exactly what did Keiichi-san show you?
It was so cute, oh. Cute? What did he show you, Rena? Rena let out a really long oh. Her eyes sparkled as she spoke. It was Keiichi-kun's furry little seal. What did that mean? Punch. In the blink of an eye, Miyoko's and Sadako's elbows smashed into my face. Huh? Huh? What? What? Showing you into something so dirty.
You sick pervert. I shall have you beaten into oblivion.
Wait, you have it all wrong. A dark billowing aura flowed from Mion and Sadako. It was no good. They're gonna kill me. Ishan? Not sure what's going on, but you've got it all wrong. See, Keiichi-kun had... It's a fur seal keychain. Rika-chan stuck her hand in my pocket and pulled out my keychain. Eh? He said he made it a long time ago for one of his summer school assignments. He said he doesn't show it off often because it's embarrassing. Yeah, it's so small and cute. Did his best to make it. It's so wonderful. Oh. This old man thought you meant it was Keiichi's cute little fur seal.
Oh, I expect no less from Mion-san. You misconstrue things in the wildest ways.
They sung insults at each other and looked like they were ready to tear each other at any second. I beg of you. I beg of you! If I'm in the clear, would you mind getting off me? We were interrupted by the flash of a camera. Hey guys. You all seem energetic as usual. It was Tomitake-san. As I lay crumpled on the ground, Mion and Sadako continued to bicker above me. Rika-chan was patted me on the head and Rena was still in cute mode. It was probably quite a lively scene.
It's a fine evening indeed, although it's rather poor etiquette to photograph a lady without her permission.
That's right. You don't really... At least you don't really need Sadako's permission. Sadako dug her heel into me. Good evening. You're heading back tomorrow, aren't you? Were you able to take lots of good photos?
Thanks to you, I got plenty of good shots.
Tonight's the last we can see of old Tomitake-san, isn't it? Such a shame. Hurry up and have our major breakout soon.
Just as rude as ever, aren't you? Really am sad I won't be able to hear those words from you for almost half a year.
Be sure to have as much fun as you can tonight. You'll be back in Tokyo tomorrow, after all.
That's true. It'll be another 6 months until I can enjoy another night where I can see the stars.
Tomitake-san looked up at the night sky cheerfully. At that moment, even though he was smiling, I sensed a bit of sadness. Why don't you move here, Tomitake-san? And Himazawa. Tomitake-san was speechless.
Not very convenient here. No shops. Or recreational spots. There might not be anything really here, but, you know.
Everyone knew what I was trying to say. Oh, that was me. Tomitake-san was also well aware. So, Rena, Mion, Sadako, and Rika-chan. None of them busted in. I've only been here for less than a month, so I don't really know everything about it. Normally, I'm a really talkative guy, but in this situation, or in situations like this, I'm at a loss for words. Even though this was happening in such a boisterous setting, it felt like the background noise was fading into the distance. This place is probably... Tomitake-san rested his hand on me, gently silencing me.
Thank you. Keiichi-kun, Mion-chan and Rena-chan, Sadako-chan and Rika-chan.
Tomitake-san's smile was so slight it looked as if it was going to crumble any minute, but it was warm.
I also think it would be great if I could live here.
Those might have been cruel words coming from a kid who didn't need to worry about working to feed himself. Hand touched my back. It was Rena. Keiichi-kun, shouldn't pick on adults. Not nice. The background clamor of the festival returned. You won't be seeing him for a while, after all. Make sure Tomitake-san also enjoys tonight. When Rena smiled, something happens. When Rena smiled, the mood instantly got brighter.
That's true. I think I'll do just that.
Ah, hey Michan, how about it? Can we let Tomotaki-san in on our club activities? That's a great idea. Or so I thought, but Mian had a snobbish look on her face. One of the requirements for membership is residence in Hinamizawa, you see. Come on, Michan, just for the day. Don't be mean. Well, he does come around often every year. I'll make him an honorary citizen. Oh, yay. Now then, I wonder if this aged fellow will pass his prime will be a match for me. Have him show us the wisdom of a mature adult. Can you keep up? Can you keep up with us youngins? Tomotaki-san stepped back slightly at her audacious grins. I, Mion Sonozaki, club president, do hereby authorize honorary citizen Tomotaki's entry into our club. Words were quickly drowned out by cheers.
What do you mean by club?
What a club does, you see. In order to cope with our complicated society, we perform various activities with various rules. Sometimes they are in your favor. Sometimes they work against you. Pretty weak, so I prefer if you don't single me out. Let's try to get along.
If you wish to mock our childish games, then this will be the perfect opportunity.
We'll leave you with nothing. We won't even leave the hairs on your butt. So it's a club activities where we play games together. Of course, Riku-chan was the only one to give an answer that made sense. Are they repeating the exact same thing as they did last time?
Alright, just what I wanted. I'll take you all up on that challenge. Don't be too rough on me, my mentors.
Tomotaki-san got riled up and did a victory pose when he was 10 years younger. Like he was 10 years younger. That's perfect. He continued walking through the festival with Mion in front. Now we looked like a family of 6. It had some intensity to it. Same rules as always. The loser will, of course, be subject to a penalty. Tomotaki-san was a bit surprised, but to us it was just the same as always. Regardless of how terrible a penalty it was. Just don't lose. Rena was also brimming with determination. She didn't have any intention of losing. That's true. I tousled Rena's hair to lighten the mood. She giggled to hide her embarrassment.
I see. This is what it means to feel like a kid again.
Tomotaki-san whispered that to nobody in particular. At that moment, we heard an old man call out in a strong voice. Looking over, I realized it was the man Mion had greeted right before the festival. You're here. Little Miss Sonozaki. Seems like you brought quite the crowd. We came to eradicate your entire stall. His stall was a shooting gallery. It was the usual setup where you had to knock down the prize you wanted to get with a cork gun. The rules are simple. 3 shots. The winner is whoever gets the biggest prize. Everyone shouted their agreement. There was no need to consider how to win, since the condition for victory was simply size. The biggest prize at the stall. It went without question. It was that one, wasn't it? Whoa, that teddy bear. Cute. Ryder was gazing longingly at the stuffed animal. It was intentionally placed on an uneasy platform, so it was possible to get it if you hit the right spot. Unless they nail the support in. Sometimes they do that. It's magnificently set up to make someone think that.
Not bad, Keiichi-san. I figured you would see through this scam instantly.
Most logical course of action would be to aim for some candy or doll. The intent analysis had already begun. In this club, you get eaten alive if you don't come prepared. Everything hinders on what plan you can come up with before the main event. At some point, a large crowd had gathered around us, making a big fuss. There was this much a following of our club's infamous event?
Knocking that bear down ensures a win.
Only 3 shots. Use them all is just trying. Wait, use them all just trying. That'd be rough.
Hey,
I have other customers waiting, you know. Who's up first?
The first one. The first one has the advantage of being able to aim for the easier prizes. It's dangerous to compete without knowing the gun's quirks.
Nobutake's take on the situation was pretty good. He gets what our club is about. Well then, to be fair, how about we use rock, paper, scissors to decide? How about it? That's really the only way. Rock, paper, scissors. After a couple of matches, it ended up with Mion being first. I didn't want to end up being first. Oh well. I'll just think of it as a handicap. Gramps, gun. Here you go. When the shooting range guy handed the rifle, Mion looked it over intently. He didn't forget to check the cork bullet either. Okay. Okay, this gun is brand new, isn't it? No faults, not bad. Mion raised the gun in one swift motion, completely different to her careful inspection. He was shooting from the hip. Fire. Reload. Fire. Reload. Fire. Flop. Flop, flop. 3 candy boxes fell, one after another. A big haul. The crowd paused a moment in awe and then erupted in cheers. Whoa, awesome. That was quite good. Tobakaki-san was a lost for words after seeing such shooting prowess. Amazing, Michan. 3. Her accuracy was incredible. The choice of targets wasn't bad either. 3 Mion had gone after were fairly large and pretty easy to knock over. Were all targets with very high return of investment. Who's up next? Sadako. Careful, the bullets are light. Next was Sadako. The rifle looked a bit big for her lithe body, but it didn't seem like she had any problem with the weight. Of course. I shall aim for the grand prize! She proclaimed that she was going for the teddy bear. Damn, Sadako, such a bold move. The moment she knocks it over, she's guaranteed to be in first. Good luck, Sadako-chan. Sadako was the opposite of Mion. She aimed at the target quite carefully and squeezed the trigger. These bullets are too light! First 2 bullets struck the bear in the torso, but it only shifted a bit. You need to aim higher towards the head or it won't work. Sadako's 3rd bullet wasn't aimed at the bear, but at the candy box below its arm. I hate to say it, but it appears the bear's just too much for me. She went boldly after the big catch, but since she switched over to the less impressive prey at the last second, the crowd only gave her a strained laugh. They were laughing because she lacked the courage? These fools do nothing. And now that she's loosened it up, I guess, could I not take it? A fine attempt, Sadako. You've gotten better. Palm of Mion's outstretched hand went palm, and it tapped down lightly on Sadako. She appeared to just be talking hot air, but this was actually completely calculated. Damn that Sadako. Just to avoid being in last place, she dared to switch over to an easy target. Without shame or honor. Magnificent. I'll allow you to take the bear, Rena-san. I pray for your victory. Oh, she was purposely loosening it for Rena. Okay. Thank you so much, Sadako-chan. Oh, bear-san, so cute. Rena was up next. She couldn't hit the broadside of a barn as a regular Rena, but she said that the bear was cute. I wonder how Rena-chan will do. I'm sure she's able to hit it at least once. You're underestimating Rena, Tomotaki-san. It's Rena, you know? Rena Ryugu, you know? If it was to get that teddy bear. Whoa. Tomotaki-san wheeled around to see what all the commotion the spectators was making about. If she was able to get that bear, she'd be able to shoot through a pinhole. The one known as Rena Ryugu could do it. It's shaking. How cute. Rena couldn't hide her excitement over the bear's slow rocking. Now Rena couldn't lose. Not bad, Rena-san. The less collected you become, the stronger you get. Whoa! Another big cheer. Rena's bullet hit the bear's forehead again. Not enough. The bear seemed to wobble more than before. But it might not be possible. You never know. With Rena-chan's skill, or no, it is him. You never know. With Rena-chan's skill, it might be. While Tomotaki-san was just excited as the crowd, Rika-chan's analysis was not swayed by emotion. If Rena had 10 more shots, she could surely knock it over. But with just one more, no matter how you looked at it, no go. Ow! The crowd let out a dejected groan. She had shot right in the forehead 3 times. It was a bit late, but it gave her a good round of applause for the attempt. Oh, there, son. Take him home. Oh. She should be praised for her valor, but she had no trophies to show for it. But at that moment, the old man flicked one of the candy boxes with his finger and handed it to Rena. This is for you, little lady. Huh? You're giving this to me? Oh. The gods wouldn't forgive me if I let you go home empty-handed after such a display. There was another shower of applause. Rena turned bright red and pulled back over to us by her, and I pulled her back over to us by the hand. You did a good job. Your cute mode really surprised me. I really wanted Mr. Bear. It was easy to see that it only needed a little more to be knocked over. Rena had done quite a lot for me. I still needed to pay her back for that delicious picnic. Alright, then I'll get it and give it to you. What? Tomotaki-san had stolen the words right out of my mouth. Okay. Please, Tomotaki-san. Good luck. Damn you, old man Tomotage. Stealing the good part for yourself. A small hand stretched over and fell gently on my head before I was overcome with frustration. You keep on fighting too, Keiichi, okay? Tomotage-san carefully studied the bear. Bending his sights, he shouldered a rifle while holding the other 2 shots in his hand. Huh? Why is he doing that? Yeah, no doubt. Tomotage-san is aiming for... Whop. 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 Time between shots was short. It was meaningless to shoot again once it stopped shaking. The Tomotage-san was rolling on rapid fire to win the battle. It was visibly wobbling much more than I had ever had before. That was all. It still didn't fall over. Oh, too bad. All of Rena's momentary expectation for watching it sway violently turned into a dejected sigh.
I really thought it would work.
Oh, it seems that since you're a man, you will not be receiving any candy. That was it. It meant Tomotage-san had no spoils of war. So both Kei-chan and Rika-chan can just shoot down a small, easy prize and avoid being dead last. Avoid being the loser, huh? Oh, sorry about that.
It's your turn next, Keiichi-kun. Best of luck.
I was the 5th shooter. I took the rifle from Tomotage-san. I took the ruthless route as Miyana suggested, then I go for the small target.
Except...
When I picked up the rifle, I definitely got a feeling from it. It was burning passion. I passed down to me by Tomotage-san. The regret of not being man enough to fell the bear that Rena wanted. Yes, that's right. If I didn't aim for the bear, then I wouldn't be a man. After all, that was my promise to Rena. Huh? What promise? What? Shoot down that bear, then give it to Rena, that one. Huh? You mean... Oh. The crowd went wild when they saw our conversation. Woo! Cool, Oni-chan. You got balls, man! That's not it. Find men of the crowd. If I don't do this, then Rena might mug the old man in the stall on his way home. No, that's not it. That's not it at all. Why can't I just express my honest feelings?
Keiichi-kun surely talks the talk. How do you actually intend to bring down the bear?
Rena and Tomotage-san's shots did make it tilt a bit, but I think finishing the job will be difficult. Keiichi-kun. If only there was some way to shoot it faster, I'd be able to pile more power on the sway from each hit. Good luck, Keiichi-kun. After taking 2 deep breaths, I shouted over to the guy. 2 more rifles. Huh? The crowd murmured among themselves.
I wonder what Keiichi-san is up to. One person can't handle 3 rifles at once.
I get it. Nice thinking, Kei-chan. Mina was able to figure it out magnificently.
Basically, what was taking the most time was reloading the shot.
That's right. Then, by putting 3 preloaded rifles next to each other... Tomotage went silent, peering at me and through the bear through his lens. This photographer's blood predicted a miracle will occur. And then the crowd finally picked up on what I was planning. They let out a great cheer. They chanted my name, Keiichi. Rapid fire is the key. If I miss, it's all for naught. or all is for naught. Phew. After letting out a deep breath, I paused. Relax. Now! That moment felt like time itself had stopped. I felt like I could see the trajectory of the bullets. Hit it. And knock it down! First shot hit the bear in its head. The second. The third. The bear swayed hard. And then... Woohoo! Yeah! Woo! The cheers began before the stuffed animal even finished falling off the shelf. The guy caught it before it hit the ground and tossed it over to me. You actually knocked it over. You got me. Amazing. Congratulations, Keiichi-kun. Keiichi-san has finally learned how to use his head. I see you in a slightly different light now. I didn't do it by myself. Everyone hit it, and those small bits together brought it down. This trophy belongs to all of us. Except Mion. Right, this is from all of us working together. He didn't hit it a single time. After holding up the teddy bear like it was a championship trophy, I handed it to Rena. Here. This is from me. No, from everyone. Thanks for always making us your delicious lunches. Rena, thinking she was never actually going to get it, was momentarily speechless. Yeah, Keiichi-kun. Everyone's after all. Oh. In that case, I was the one who knocked it down. And it's mine. Mine, so I'm giving it to Rena. I pushed the stuffed animal towards her again. This time she accepted it and embraced it. I can read. You've watched out for me ever since I moved here, after all. And I'm really grateful, you see. Thanks a lot. Oh, Keiichi-kun. Thanks so much. Rena dove at me. Ian told me a few days later that Rena kissed me, but I didn't realize it during the excitement at the time. I remember what I was trying to say to Tomotaki earlier. There really isn't much of anything here. There are lots of things you can't find anywhere else. I gained a lot from coming to Hinamizawa, especially at that moment. Grad's cheers echoed on and on. From the altar set up in front of the shrine, the drums sounded with a booming echo. It was the finale to the festival. Be going off ahead then. Uh-oh. I need to get going, get myself a good spot too. Well then, everyone. See you in a bit. Both Rika-chan and Tomotaki-san gave their farewells and disappeared into the crowd. I wish both of you the best in your endeavors. Now, shall we be off? Yeah, I might as well see Rika-chan's charming figure. Let's go. Yeah. Huh? Where's Rena? What are you doing? Keiichi-kun. Keiichi-chan, save me. And she was carrying such a ridiculously large stuffed animal was being carried by the flow of people. What is she doing? Must have her hands full taking care of that bear. So I'll leave Rena in your care, Kei-chan. I have my hands full taking care of Sadako. Who would want to be looked after by you, Mion-san? Please don't pull my arm. God, please. Both Tomotaki and Sadako, please leave. I can't handle it. My voice can only take so much of that gremlin mode. Before losing sight of Mion, I grabbed the back of Rena's collar. Keiichi-kun, not here. Don't grab me here, or there. Always so bossy. Where can I grab then? Oh. I didn't feel ashamed at all. Rena was ashamed enough for the both of us. Grabbed onto Rena's hand and dashed after Mion and the others. We're gonna be late. Let's hurry up. Yeah. I hadn't realized Rena's hand was so delicate. Maybe she needs a bit more exercise and nutrition? That wasn't what I meant, not at all. My ears burned. I tried to keep calm. I repeated the phrase, keep it together, Keiichi, in my mind, but it didn't look like I'd be able to anytime soon. I really didn't want Rena to see my face right then, so I pushed onwards, dragging her along without looking back even once. There was already a huge group of people gathered at the altar in front of the shrine. The fire at the altar made it as bright as midday and just as hot. There was a pile of futons warded and with sanctified rope, and in the front of the altar. Come to think of it, they did say this was a festival where they did something with the cotton and the futons.
Keiichi-san, Rena-san, we're over here.
Sadako waved her hand from the front row. Ah, sorry. Making our way through the mass of people, we reached the spot they'd saved. How was it? Were you able to have a little bit of excitement with Rena? You punks, that's what your plan was. Instead of replying, Mion gave us a reverse grin. How was it, Rena? Was Kei-chan's hand bigger than you thought it would be? Rena turned bright red, puffs of steam shooting out of her. I heard something slice through the air and turned around and see Mion on the ground with a welt on her face. Mion, when were you hit? Between the ha and o of her how, I think. You just decked the bitch. Rena, it's not good to punch your friends to hide your embarrassment. Didn't hit her. Whatever. How? Thump. Thunderous beat of the drum echoed, silencing the crowd. You must all be quiet! It's beginning! It was a solemn ritual. Rika-chan entered dressed as a shrine maiden, followed by members of the municipal committee. The elders all looked at Rika-chan and clasped their hands in praise. The only thing allowed to disturb the profound silence was the flash of Tomitaki-san's camera. That big thing Rika-chan is holding. It's a hoe used for this festival. It's a sacred farming tool that only the Shrine Maiden made. It was an awkward shape for a piece of farm equipment, not uncommon for something used in rituals. After reciting a Shinto prayer, Rika-chan approached the pile of futons gathered at the altar. Swung the hoe skillfully, piling it through the futon. Each and every little movement of this performance probably had to be done a certain way. Without a doubt, this was a ritual. What's next? Airing out futons? He's purifying futons that absorbed illness from people over the winter. So when Keiichi-chan said airing out the futons, he wasn't completely wrong. Rika-chan's face was already dripping with sweat. That hoe was probably really heavy. She staggered side to side with the momentum of each swing. Sadako looked on, silently lending her support. Agreed? Rika practiced every single day with a mochi hammer. He will certainly prevail. Sadako's hands were sweaty, and whenever Rika-chan started to sway a little bit, she held her breath. That wasn't Mion a candidate to be Shrine Maiden. Feels wrong having Rika-chan swing something so heavy. I do it if they ask me, you know, and, well, it's not something just anyone could do. That's true. Shrine Maidens need to be pure after all. Grr. Mion drove her elbow into my side. Is that what this whole thing is? A profound ritual while a group of kids are beating the shit out of each other? With the thud of the big drum, Rika-chan gave a solemn bound descended from the altar. That triggered a round of generous applause. After the Shinto priest had raised up the cleansed futon like a portable altar, all of the spectators stood up. Following after the priests, we all marched on at a moderate pace. We descended to the shrine's giant altar in a line. What's happening now? Washing the futons in the river? Haha. Watanagashi means setting cotton adrift, you know. The procession continued right up to the bank of the stream. Fire was stoked high and it was bright as day here too. People started crowding around it and clamoring. Alright, get in line. Line up, Keiichi-kun. I wondered what was up. Maybe we get some holy wine? Red and white wheat and bean buns? Haha, it's not food. I said it was cotton. Ah, but of course, they didn't call it the Watanagashi for nothing. I finally understood. The municipal committee members pulled out the cotton from inside the futons and balled it up like mochi, handing it to other people. Winna dove into the line and brought out some for me as well. We then proceeded to the bank of the stream. Since it's your first time, Keiichi-kun, just copy what I do. She held the cotton in her right hand and, waving her hand as if to purify it, she touched it to her forehead, chest, navel, and both thighs. You do this 3 times and sadly give thanks to Oyashiro-sama. Oyashiro-sama? What's that? The name of the shrine's gods? Yes, the guardian deity of Higurashi. It brings about both miracles and curses. You must be sure to show respect. That sounded like a pretty frightening god, but, well, when in Rome. I was officially a resident of Higurashi now, after all. During his run it showed me, I touched the cotton over myself 3 times. Thank you, Arishiro-sama. Thank you, Arishiro-sama. Thank you, Arishiro-sama. But this way, all the evil you possess is sucked up out by the cotton. Then you let it gently drift away on the stream, and you're done. Together, Ren and I set our pieces of cotton afloat on the surface of the water. The flowers of cotton blooming in the water had sucked out all the evil festering in Himizawa and drifted off, disappearing into the distance. It was wonderful, like those floating lantern festivals you see on TV. The best part, though, was feeling like this rite of passage had made me a true resident of Hinamizawa. Okay. Good time. Oh. While staring off into the stream, I somehow got separated from Rena. I wasn't very lonely, though. I know this place now. This is where I live, my home. Probably better if I just stay here instead of wandering around aimlessly. Someone would surely find me while I was enjoying the evening breeze. I heard a familiar voice. Kawatake-san's. I headed towards it. How'd it go, Toмотake-san? Were you able to get some good shots?
Yeah, fortunately.
Toмотake-san was with a girl. Felt a little like I was intruding. Who the fuck are you? No, I have too many voices! Too many voices in my head. My voice. How was it, Keiji-kun? Did you enjoy the festival? I need older lady voice. From the way she spoke, it sounded like she was a resident of Hinamizawa. You really should try harder to remember people's faces here. What was her name? Well, it was fun. My face must have given away how desperately I was trying to remember her name, because she gave a light-hearted chuckle.
It's probably because it hasn't been long since you moved here. It's pretty hard to believe, seeing how friendly you've gotten with the other kids.
That's how it looked. It was probably all thanks to Rena and Mion. Perhaps you feel like... I'm struggling here, man. Perhaps you feel like a resident of Hinamizawa after taking part in the festival today? Wonder about that.
Oh, that's not like you.
I had tried to get used to Hinamizawa, but there were still plenty of things I didn't know. Faces of people I'd met, for one. Or, for example, things that had happened to me in the past as well.
Oh, you're feeling left out because of something like that?
It's not so much a feeling, it's not so much a feeling left out. It's just, I'm not sure how to say it. The incident at the damn construction site. The fighting over and the conflicts. Terrible incident they pretended they didn't even know about whenever I brought it up. Even though it was in the past, as someone living in Hinamizawa, it wasn't wrong to want to know about both the good and bad that happened here.
If it will put you at ease, then I'll tell you everything I know.
Toмотake-san's smile made me more relieved than I'd ever been. It was hard to think of what to ask when someone said, "Ask me anything," though. Even when there was so much I wanted to ask. Then, could you tell me about what happened when the dam was being constructed? There was a big incident here in Himizawa trying to be submerged, right?
I think the locals will be more knowledgeable about the dam than I am. Well, if you don't mind, I'll tell you what I know. It's only what I've read in the newspaper, though.
Toмотake-san's entered an unfocused gaze as he searched through his memory. Then he spoke.
The decision to start the dam project was finalized 7 or 8 years ago. I heard that it was the next major project after Kurobe.
Okay, there's no quotes. I don't have to do a voice. No quotations. There were 3 major issues in Japan at that time. Improving inter-island transportation infrastructure, meeting the higher demand for electricity, and flood control. There was a boom of dam building due to the massive economic stimulus they provided on top of generating electricity and flood control. Hinimuzawa had the right conditions to support dam construction, so it was singled out.
The dam reservoir would have covered quite a lot of ground when it was completed. The entire area right up to Yoguchi way upstream would be underwater.
Why did they have to pick a populated area like Hinimuzawa? Didn't they have instead picked a place where nobody lived?
I'm not really sure why, but that was just the right terrain for building the dam.
Of course, there were protests here in Hinimuzawa. Rikuchan had said there was a battle from that choice of words. I had to guess things turned violent.
There was a trial and it even brought it before the National Diet. It was covered in the Tokyo newspaper too.
Mian told me all about that as well. I'm sure every resident of Hinimuzawa had united and fight together. The feeling of solidarity found here, which could not be expressed properly with mere words, was likely brought about by that battle.
As a result, bribery and scandals were brought to light. Things got more and more complicated. They eventually halted construction.
If I wanted to know, now would be my only chance to ask. It was certainly a bizarre incident that boys my age would be curious about. I feel a little ashamed with the fact that I was petty enough to have my curiosity piqued by Rena and Mion's refusal to talk about the event. But I figured I might as well ask since I had the chance. Just so I would stop thinking about it so much. So, there was a dismemberment, right?
There was. It happened to be here in Hinimuzawa at the time, if I remember it well.
Umataki-san's answer was nonchalant in contrast to my hesitantly forced-out question.
It was about this time, 4 years ago. It was the day of the Watanagashi, if I recall correctly.
Debate on whether to continue construction on the dam was in disarray. Scandal after scandal rocked the project near the end. The incident that had been the final nail in the coffin for the dam project. The fight at the dam construction site ended in a victim being murdered. During persecution, the 6 assailants divided the remains into 6 pieces and each hid one. Each of the 6 criminals turned themselves in out of guilt, but 5 of the 6, the one was still on the run. The right arm he'd hidden had yet to be found. Major details lined up with what was in the tabloid I read earlier. It certainly was a tragic incident, but it's so terrible that Rena and Mion hide it from me. I guess they didn't want someone who just moved here to have a negative impression of Hinimuzawa. I felt grateful for having friends who worried so much about me, as well as shame for still being so interested in it. It was near the end of the trouble of the dam, you see. So everyone was saying that was Oyashiro-sama's curse. Oyashiro-sama's curse, huh? Oyashiro-sama was the name of the god at the shrine that held the festival today, if I recall correctly. I see. Their guardian deity rained divine punishment down on the evil dam construction for trying to flood Hinimuzawa. Apparently, the younger ones didn't think so, but it seems like the elderly in the village never doubted that it was Oyashiro-sama's curse. The woman with Tomataki-san said with a mischievous chuckle. Tomataki-san began laughing with her. It was so infectious I ended up laughing as well. But I wonder about it now. There were quite a few, I think. Amongst the youth, too. A few, what?
People who believe Oyashiro-sama's curse.
The woman's lips were still curled into a smile, but her expression turned stern. Then after that, it continued every year. Always around this time. Continued? What continued? Tomataki-san paused for a second as if to build up some suspense. Then he whispered to me as if someone might have been listening.
Every year, on the day of the Watanagashi, somebody dies.
The year following the
dismemberment on the day of the Watanagashi, the man from Hinimuzawa who supported the dam fell off a cliff overlooking some rapids and died while he was on vacation. Fortunately for his wife, the body was never recovered.
He supported the dam construction even though he lived in Hinimuzawa. At the time, there were whispers among the elderly saying it was Oyashiro-sama's curse. Oh, that was her. He supported the dam construction even though he lived in Hinimuzawa. At the time, there were whispers among the elderly saying that it was Oyashiro-sama's curse. The woman chuckled mischievously again.
Then the next year, night of the Watanagashi, Shrine Shinto priest died suddenly from an unknown illness. His wife drowned herself in the bog that night.
The shrine Shinto priest. You mean he was from the shrine here? The woman nodded. There were rumors amongst the villagers that they weren't able to quell Yoshiro-sama's anger. Then the year after that, and again on the night of the Watanagashi, they discovered the battered body of a local housewife. Up to now, all these mysterious deaths were people involved with the dam who had connections with Yoshiro-sama. With that in mind, could the housewife have been involved in some way too? Exactly. The woman stated slightly, though it was more menacingly. One of the victim's relatives, you see, was connected to the younger brother of the dam supporter who fell to his death 2 years before. That seems like a loose connection. The younger brother is still alive, it seems. But it did bother him quite a bit, so he moved to the neighboring town. For a while, I stood there with my mouth agape. Battle over the dam construction, Hinamizawa's future at stake, and the murder at the center of it all. That was all I knew, and that was what I wanted to ask about. But that wasn't all there was to the story. Homicide, body disposal, accidental deaths, terminal illness, suicide, fatal beatings. Pretty level-headed person. I don't really want to believe in curses. The freakish deaths happened every year on the day of the Watanagashi, and all of them related to the dam construction? It was easy to dismiss each of them as coincidences by themselves. But when you put them all together, discussing all of them as coincidence would defy logic. I don't believe in curses, but every single year on the day of the Watanagashi, someone or something makes it happen, without fail. The woman chuckled again as if she picked on what I was thinking. It felt like she was saying, maybe there was, maybe we frightened him, stuff like that. I felt embarrassed at being read so easily. I pressed Tomitaki-san to continue, a bit of impatience and irritation in my tone. And? Because someone died the next year, right? Who was it that time? I wonder. Who do you think, Keiichi-kun? The hell? The way he said it didn't agree with me. The sarcastic tone ticked me off. What about the question? I'm serious here. Hey, calm down, Keiichi-kun. I realized when she... Hey, calm down, Keiichi-kun. I realized when she tried to calm me down that I had been panicking. We aren't trying to avoid the question, Keiichi-kun. It's just, when you say the next year, that's today. When she hesitated to say it, Tomitaki-san... Oh, that's today. When she hesitated to say it, Tomitaki-san finished for her. I do keep mixing up their, lines, aren't I? I broke into a cold sweat. I really didn't like the direction it was heading. No one wants to speak of it, but they all think it's going to happen again tonight. The festival was so cheerful, though. Well, the victim of last year, the housewife, she was a non-believer. Turns out she didn't even attend the Watanagashi festival. There was a rumor going around that if you don't participate in the festival, you would incur Yoshiro-sama's wrath. Didn't you hear anything about this, Keiichi-kun? Never even heard whispers of that rumor. Then the real reason everyone was at the festival was they were afraid of the curse? I figured that must have been the reason. There were a lot more people at the Watanagashi than usual. I guess everyone was just afraid after all. But Yoshiro-sama's curse. Oh, I couldn't utter a single word. That was her, not me. This is modern age. We've made progress in all scientific fields, shedding light into the unknown and misunderstood. Where black and white television had been eradicated, and we've sent men to the moon. Even with all of our accomplishments, this can exist in modern society? Tons of inventions were sent out to neighboring towns' youth groups to help pad the numbers. Or invitations. But after that string of events, few decided to join. The municipal committee members were complaining about how hard it was to gather participants. Also, the police are treating each case as isolated. They don't believe they're connected. They're trying to keep it quiet, so it's all plainclothes officers. It finally began to dawn on me why Rena and Mion were reluctant to talk. If nothing happened during this Watanagashi, everything would have been over with, and I'd be none the wiser. If nothing happened, all would be well. In that case, it would end up being just crazy talk. I should have just pretended like I knew nothing from the beginning. Then they wouldn't have had to act like nothing happened. And we would have gone back to life as usual. Maybe it was just a bit too much for him after all. The woman ran her fingers through her hair as she sighed. No, it wasn't. Not at all. I tried to act strong, but that served to emphasize how much the information had unsettled me. After seeing how I looked, Tomitaki-san appeared to regret saying anything. Letting out a sigh, he spoke, forcing an awkward, upbeat demeanor.
Swap sides. Ichikun, surely you don't believe in such things as curses.
Well, no.
If all the causes for all the crimes were unknown, and the perpetrators and their methods all mysteries, then I would think it's a work of curse.
That's not how things are in reality. People are investigating the evidence and suspects to uncover the truth. Oh. You say that correctly. If the curses causes of all the crimes are unknown, then the perpetrators and their methods are all mysteries. Then I would think it's the work of a curse.
That's not how things are in reality. The police are investigating the evidence and suspects to uncover the truth.
Hearing him say police made me feel a lot better. It was perfect for repelling the word curse.
First one, the dismemberment, for example. I told you, didn't I? All but one of the perpetrators were arrested. It's only a matter of time for the last one.
It would have turned out to have been an argument they had while intoxicated. That's no curse. Don't you agree?
Don't you agree?
That was true. If it didn't happen on the day of the Watanabe, then I don't think it'd be related to the curse at all.
The accidental of the man who supported the dam is the same. He was in a position that made others hate him. The police made a point of investigating from that angle. They concluded it was an accident. No foul play.
But they both happened on the day of the festival, right?
Just think about it, Keiichi-kun. You think people with a lot of enemies here in Hinamizawa would participate easily in a local festival?
His voice is destroying me.
It would be especially hard for them to be around during the Watanagashi.
But they probably left Hinamizawa intentionally around this time of year to travel,
don't you think?
It was a very clear explanation, but I sort of understood what Tomotaki was getting at. So I pressed on earnestly, asking more questions so that I could convince myself.
Then Tomotaki-san.
What's about the priest who died after that? The one with the unknown illness. That also happened on the day of the festival.
Even easier to explain what happened to the Shinto priest.
Overwork?
Watanagashi is a really big event that happens once a year. It was probably from all the built-up stress.
Yeah, or overwork.
Or it may have been because of a pre-existing condition.
But it was an unknown illness. It's hard to believe something with an unknown cause could exist in all our advances in medicine.
It was just an exaggeration. Rumors making rumors. Anyone would get worked up after hearing incidents happen 2 years in a row. Sudden death is quite unnatural, though.
Of course, the police ordered
an autopsy because of the strange way he died. There wasn't enough for them to open a full investigation, you know? Turns out it was just sudden death due to illness.
The priest's wife committed suicide, correct? What about that?
I believe I already explained that. Everyone was shaken up by the events happening for a third year. Those who were of strong faith were quick to believe it was the work of the curse.
Oh, I am going full Sadako with them, and it's hurting me.
Of course, that includes the priest's wife. Apparently they found a suicide note that said something like, "My death will quell Oyashiro-sama's anger."
Well then, how about the next incident with the housewife? That happened the day of the Watanagashi too.
The perpetrator had already been caught and the case has been closed. Turns out it was just some nutjob trying to continue the legacy of Hinamizawa curse.
Then how about the incident the next year? Oh yeah, this year's the next year. Otake-san gave a hearty laugh.
Nothing will happen. Not this year. There was never a curse to begin with. Just that group of people who believed it was the explanation for a string of coincidences.
My internal computer finally got itself back on track. I felt a bit embarrassed at how childish I'd become after losing control and panicking. I think this is her. I see very clearly now that Keiichi-kun really does love Hinamizawa. Even if Oyashiro-sama's curse really did exist, Keiichi-kun couldn't bring himself to believe that such a thing existed. I felt really relieved. I'll probably just forget everything I heard tonight. I'll greet Rena and Mion tomorrow with the same smile as always. They probably also like tonight to end without incident, so they can continue tomorrow without having worried me. Perhaps seeing my change in attitude, the woman who had been listening in stretched and got up from the rock she was sitting on. Well then, I should get going back.
Goodness, I think this may have gone on a bit too long.
There were so few people compared to the crowd from before, I could only make out a few groups of families enjoying the cool evening air. I looked at my watch. It seemed we talked for a better part of an hour.
Did you come with your friends, Keiichi-kun? Not going to look for them?
Oh yeah, might all be looking for me.
You're quite the scoundrel making the girls look for you.
See you, Keiichi-kun. Have a nice night. You too, Jiro-san. I'll see you a bit later. Okay, so his first name is Jiro. Tomitake-san seemed to be quite a scoundrel himself, so his name is Jiro. After dusting off her backside, she disappeared into the crowd of people still busy cleaning up the shrine grounds. Keiichi-kun, so sorry. In her place, Rena came running over. I could see all the others behind her. Speak of the devil. My bad, Kei-chan. You got caught up in our discussion. I'd completely forgotten about them while caught up in my own conversation. What were you even?
My, so Tomitake-san was with you. This works out perfectly.
We still need to settle the shooting gallery competition.
That's right. I guess I'm gonna end up dead last.
In the end, after my dramatic victory, Rika-chan was the last challenger, but there weren't many targets left. The ones remaining were all tiny and difficult to hit. She did take her time and aim, but all 3 shots completely missed, and she was to end up sharing the loser's crown with Tomitake-san. However, she did her little mewing cry in front of the owner, and he turned to mush an instant. She was given a pack of gum as a consolation prize. Her methods were a bit audacious, but she did avoid being the loser rather magnificently. Come to think of it, Rika-chan is quite the trickster. I have no idea what Kiichi is talking about.
Now then, is decided that Tomitake-san is dead last.
Everyone cheered and applauded. Tomitake-san smiled wryly, slightly bewildered. So, Tomitake-san, are you ready? Penalty time.
Huh? Oh, I completely forgot about that.
You're so naive, Tomitake-san. That's why our club can never lose. Mion pulled the felt-tip marker from her pocket. Oh, that's it. Show him some mercy, Mion. At least use washable marker. Permanent one is too harsh. It has to be permanent. It comes off when you do the laundry anyways.
Whoa, what is this? Please take it easy on me.
Olvis pinned his arms behind his back while Mion approached him with the marker in one hand. And squip, squip, squip. But she didn't write on Tomitake-san's face. She wrote on the shirt he was wearing. You better have your big break this year, Mion. Rena took up the marker next. Tell me your photos next time, okay? Rena. It was a little heartwarming. I just had to laugh.
This is more like a farewell card than a penalty. I'm not as soft as the rest. I'll make sure this is a proper penalty.
Haha, dead last, Sadako. Try harder next time, Rika. Here you go, Keiichi-san. I couldn't decide what to write, but based on what kind of penalty this was probably the most appropriate. Come back and play again, Keiichi. Tomitake-san was silent the entire time. At first he was quite bewildered, but now he had a different look on his face.
So I have to wear this all the way back to Tokyo as part of the penalty?
Of course! You better wear it all the way home. You could wear it when you come back. It would be nice. He appeared deeply moved. Embarrassment mixed with a wealth of other emotions made him turn bright red.
Understood. I'll wear this next time I come here. I promise.
Everyone cheered and applauded. It was the first parting gift, or the finest parting gift possible for a buddy heading out for the night. I saw the woman who was with Tomitake-san standing near the festival grounds. Soon Tomitake-san noticed her too, and knew it was time to leave. Seems like your guest is waiting. Isn't it about time?
Yeah, certainly how it seems.
Tomitake-san headed off towards her and seemed to apologize for making her wait. We all shouted stuff at Tomitake-san. Each time we did, he looked back and waved his hand. Eventually, he faded into the darkness of the night, out of sight. It was quite the casual farewell. It wasn't the first time any of us had seen someone off. They had done the same thing many times before. Gone. Well, it's about time we take off too. Rika-chan had to stay behind with the other committee members since they were having a meeting. Sadako was tagging along with her. I headed back home with the usual suspects. Just realized the mouse is still there. Walk back was quite lively with talk of the day's war stories. Should have done this, should have done that, that kind of stuff. Rena and I parted ways with Mion, and then it was just the two of us. Then we got to my house and parted ways with Rena as well. Started pretty late. Are you alright by yourself? Yeah, I'm perfectly fine. It's close. I'm gonna run too. If you run into some weirdo, just yell. If someone does come, he'll come save me. Maybe? Maybe? If I hear you. Oh, okay. I'll scream loud enough so you can hear me. Barely spinning her arms around at high speed, she dashed off. She was fine. In that mode, not even an adult could stand against her. Rena's cheerful presence disappeared and it finally became quiet again. The curse that not a single person even whispered about. The more I learned about it tonight, how more unsettling it became. Didn't show it didn't show any or on any of their faces, but they were probably all quite concerned about it as well. If nothing happens tonight, then it all ends up just being crazy talk. Nothing will happen. Nothing bad, nothing at all. What's wrong, Keiichi? Why are you standing in the place like this? Come inside, you'll catch cold. Where's my mom? Did you go, Mom? The wanted Nagashi festival? Hey man, your father didn't wake up, so I missed it. A little disappointing. Mom stuck her tongue out with a bit of an embarrassed look on her face. And people who don't go get cursed. Ooh. Surprise, Koichi, you have graduated to orphan. Oh, lots of tips. You have received new tips. Mr. and Mrs. Togo's fault. Oh. New tips. Oh. Actually. Of chapter 6. Actually. I think we will read those tips next time. And then. Not get back to main menu. Okay. But yeah. Had fun at the festival. Finally learned the full extent of what's been going on with this curse. Yeah. Hopefully nothing bad will happen, right? Yeah, thank you everyone for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe for more. Next time, we see if the other shoe drops. Till next time, bye!